Let's master tree DFS, and here's the secret. Almost every tree problem is the same question in disguise. Height, diameter, path sums, lowest common ancestor. They all reduce to, if my left subtree and my right subtree each told me their answer, could I compute mine? Answer that for one node. Let recursion handle the rest, and trees stop being scary. Plus one trick, the global variable pattern. That unlocks the harder half. Let's go. Definition first. Depth first search on a tree dives all the way down one branch before backing up, which maps perfectly onto recursion. It comes in 3 orders: preorder, INORDER, and postorder, and the choice is simply when you need to process the parent relative to its children, before, between, or after. First, the 3 traversals. And the only difference is when you process the current node relative to recursing into children. Preorder, node first, is for copying or serializing a tree. You record a node before its parts. INORDER, node in the middle, has the famous property. On a binary search tree, it visits values in sorted order. Remember that for the BST video. Postorder, node last, is the important one for problems. You process a node after both children have reported, which is exactly what bottom-up computation needs. Most real tree DFS is postorder in spirit. The core shape in 5 lines. Height of node, null return 0, get the left height, get the right height, return 1 plus the max. That's the whole pattern. Trust the recursion to answer for the subtrees. Combine, return upward. Don't trace the recursion in your head, trust the contract. Invert a tree. Same shape, swap children after the call's return. Balance check, path sum, count nodes, subtree sums, all this exact skeleton with a different combine step. In interviews, say the contract out loud. My function returns X for any subtree, then combining is easy. Now the trick that unlocks the hard problems and diameter of a tree is the teacher. Diameter is the longest path anywhere. And the twist. The best path may bend through a node, left depth plus right depth, but a recursive function can only return one arm upward. A parent can't use a bent path. The resolution. Compute both, use them differently. Return 1 plus max of left and right, the arm your parent can extend. And separately, update a global best with left plus right, the bend at this node. The answer lives in the global. The return value serves the recursion. Binary tree maximum path sum. The harder cousin is this same trick with values instead of depths. Clamp negative arms to 0. Master the 2-channel idea. Return one thing, track another, and the hard tier opens up. One more classic that shows DFS elegance. Lowest common ancestor. The rule. If the current node is null, or is P, or is Q, return it. Recurse both sides. Now combine. If both sides return something, P and Q live in different subtrees, and this very node is their meeting point, return it. Otherwise, pass up whichever side was non-null. 5 lines, and it reads like the logic itself. I found them on both sides, so I'm the answer. That's the beauty of thinking in subtrees. The code becomes a statement of fact about the node. Here is the actual mechanism, and it is the whole chapter. Tree DFS has no loop. The recursion call stack does the walking for you. Every call slaps a new frame on the stack, like a sticky note that says I am at this node. Going down means pushing frames. Finishing a node means popping its frame. And the only choice you make is when you touch the value. Before you push the children, that is preorder on the way down. Or after they pop back, that is postorder on the way up. The stack never gets taller than the tree's height, and that is exactly why DFS uses order of height memory. Now watch the answers flow upward. In bottom-up DFS, every call returns a single value that summarizes its whole subtree, and the parent's only job is to combine its 2 children's returns. Take the height example. The leaves 9, 15, and 7 each return 1. Node 20 combines its 2 ones into 1 plus max of 1 and 1. So too. The root 3 combines the 1 from 9 and the 2 from 20 into 3. Leaves resolve first, the root resolves last, and nothing is ever recomputed. That is why it is one clean linear pass. And the same shape counts nodes, some subtrees, or checks balanced, just by changing the combine step. Path problems add one twist. To collect root to leaf paths, you carry a single list down the current path. You add a node on the way in, and you must remove it on the way back up. That is backtracking's choose and unchoose, living inside a tree. Trace target 22. At node 11, the path is 5, 4, 11. Try the left leaf 7. Some is 27, wrong. So unchoose 7. Try the right leaf 2. Some is exactly 22, recorded. Two classic bugs here. Forget the remove, and stale nodes linger on the list. And if you store the live list instead of a fresh copy, every saved answer points at the same list and gets mutated to garbage. Snapshot and undo. The hardest cousin is max path sum, any node to any node, and it is the split versus continue decision. At each node, you compute two different things. What you return to your parent is the continue value, one arm only, because a parent can extend just one side. What you record in a global is the split value, both arms bending through this node. On the tree -10 over 9 and 20, 20 returns 20 plus max of 15 and 7, 35. But the split at 20, 20 plus 15 plus 7 is 42, and that is the answer. Any negative arm you clamp to 0 because a losing branch is simply not taken. Notice the answer 42 never touches the root, which is why it lives in a global. Serialize and deserialize is the senior follow-up, and null markers are the trick. Walk the tree preorder and print the value, but print a hash for every missing child. Our tree becomes 1, 2, hash, hash 3, 4, hash, hash 5, hash, hash. Without those hashes, a sequence is ambiguous. Many trees share a preorder. With them, the structure is fully pinned. To rebuild, read the tokens left to right in the same preorder, and let hash be the base case that returns null. Serialize and deserialize are mirror images, both preorder, both treating null as the base case. Finally, the practical limit and the escape hatches. Insert 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order into a plain binary search tree, and every node hangs off the right. That is a skewed tree, a linked list in disguise. Height equals n. Recursion depth becomes n frames, and around 10,000 to 100,000 frames the real stack overflows. The fix is to convert the recursion to a loop with an explicit stack on the heap, which is far bigger. Whatever you would recurse into, you push instead. And if the interviewer wants constant space, name Moore's traversal. It temporarily threads each node to its in-order predecessor, so the tree's own idle pointers remember where to return, giving an order in O of one space, still linear time. Same walk, 3 moments to act, before children, pre, between, in, after, post. Pick by when the parent needs its children's results. Now the mistakes to avoid, straight from the field. Beginner missing the null base case, confusing depth down with height up, intermediate wrong order, needing children's answers in preorder, mutating shared path state without backtracking it, advanced recursion depth on skewed trees, O of n stack, iterative with an explicit stack when asked. Interview questions on this, rapid fire. Which order gives sorted output on a BST? INORDER. Subtree sizes / heights. Postorder, children before parent. Validate BST. Top-down, min, max. Ranges, not parent-child compares. LCA. Postorder. Node where both sides report a target found. And what most tutorials never tell you. DFS on trees is backtracking without pruning. Same choose / explore / unchoose skeleton, which is why path problems need the unchoose. Moore's traversal achieves in order in O of one space by threading temporary links, a niche but famous follow-up. Let's slow down and really build this up from scratch, one piece at a time. The pattern's promise: 1 recursive shape, 3 timing choices, 2 data directions, That combination covers depth, paths, subtrees, ancestors, validation, and serialization. Trace the arrows on screen slowly. That single picture is the whole idea in one glance. Let's slow down and really build this up from scratch, one piece at a time. Same walk, 3 moments to act. Choose by one question. Does the node need its children's results? Yes, then post. Does it feed the children, running totals, bounds? Then pre. Need sorted order on a BST? Then in. Trace the arrows on screen slowly. That single picture is the whole idea in one glance. Let's slow down and really build this up from scratch, one piece at a time. The 2 data directions in their purest form. Depth/height/ subtree size/ balanced equals up. Running sum / valid range / path so far equals down. Every harder tree problem is a combination of the two. Trace the arrows on screen slowly. That single picture is the whole idea in one glance. Let's slow down and really build this up from scratch, one piece at a time. Return height, track diameter is a reusable senior move. Max path sum, LC124, is the identical split with sums and a clamp of negatives to 0. Saying the return value and the answer are different quantities out loud is the marker. Trace the arrows on screen slowly. That single picture is the whole idea in one glance. Now, the part candidates ask for most, what real companies actually probe on this topic, based on public interview reports, not official statements. Meta reported LCA 236 and validate BST among the most frequently reported questions. Graders reportedly probe the one-sided forwarding line of LCA specifically. Amazon reported path some family, 112-113, and symmetric invert warm-ups. The leaf check placement is the planted trap. Google reported diameter, 543, and max path sum, 124. The return versus track split is the graded moment. Serialize, deserialize, 297 for seniors. Microsoft reported max depth, balance check, 110, with the O in superscript 2 versus O in follow-up, build from preorder plus INORDER, 105. Here is how the same answer is graded, from weak to excellent, so you know exactly what an interviewer is listening for. Question diameter of a binary tree. Why asked? The cleanest test of return versus track. Weak. Compute height per node from scratch. O in superscript 2. Good. 1 DFS, global best, return height. Excellent. States the two quantities split explicitly. Walks a 7-node example. Clarifies edges versus nodes. Impress. Same skeleton solves max path sum. Swap count for sums and clamp negatives. Red flag. Returning L plus R to the parent. Question lowest common ancestor. No parent pointers. Weak. Collect both root to target paths. Compare. O in. Extra space. 2 passes. Good. The postorder verdict recursion. Excellent. Explains the 3 cases, split point, both one side target is ancestor, and why forwarding a single non-null verdict is correct. Impress. On a BST, this simplifies to the value split walk. OH, CH14. Question, is this tree height balanced? Weak. Height. Called inside a recursive check. O in superscript 2. Good. Postorder returning height. -1 as the unbalanced sentinel. Excellent. Explains why bottom-up makes it O in each node computes once. Verdict short circuit upward. Your cheat sheet. Pre equals act before children. In equals between BST to sorted. Post equals after combined results. Down equals parameters. Up equals return values. Global var for cross-node answers. Diameter. Base case first. Null is a real input. And the memory trick. Pre-copy, insort, post-compute. Quick check. Which traversal order computes subtree sizes and why? Postorder, because the parent needs both children sizes before it can add them up. Children first, parent last. That's postorder, and it's the shape of every bottom-up tree computation. Quick favor. If this is useful, subscribe and turn on the bell. New videos and daily updates. Every 1-0 to deep. Now to recap. Let's lock it in. Every tree problem asks, given my children's answers, what's mine? The traversals differ only in when the node is processed, and INORDER on ABST means sorted. The core shape recurses both sides, combines, and returns up, trust the contract. For paths that bend, diameter, and max path sum, return the arm, track the bend in a global. In LCA, if both sides find someone, you're the ancestor. Think in subtrees, and trees think for you. And that's tree DFS. If you want the iterative traversals, the path sum variance, and tree serialization, it's all in the full write-up in the Code of Aura library. Like, subscribe, and keep building.